another episode of PlaySMR. Today we are going to be looking at one of the shelf sections of my Nintendo collection. Now, I'm going to be going over the other sides, the other sections in later videos, but today we're going to focus on this one. Now, this particular section, not sure why these are here. This particular section has some plushies and some handheld game consoles that you probably recognize. So first, we're going to take a look at this. As you probably already know, or may not know, this is the Game Boy Micro. It was released at the end of the Game Boy Advance's life cycle as a cheaper alternative to the new DS that comes out. Now, it's extremely small, as you can see. Here's how it fits in my hand. Very small. But honestly, I really like this console. It feels good to play with. So yeah, I do like that. But I like this better. This is the Game Boy Advance SP. I'm sure a lot of you had one of these, or maybe still have one. This right here was a button that controls the light, D-pad, A, B buttons, start, select, and the short buttons over here. This was a really cool console because before this came out, if you had an original Game Boy Advance, you had to get an external light. And that was really worth it. This game, Wario Land 4, it's probably my favorite game of all time. Probably. Not sure. Now next, we're going to take a look at the DSi. Now, this came out after the original Nintendo DS, which I'll show later. It had all of the features of the regular DS, except it had access to the internet, and you could download games and, surf the web. And it also had a camera in the middle, which was pretty cool. I liked this system. I don't really like the D-pad. I think it's a little too, I don't know, it's small and soft. I don't really like that. But yeah, it has a very nice finish. And overall, it's just a cool handheld. Now, here is the original Nintendo DS, the red edition. Now, this was a big, blocky console. Oh, got a little scuff on it. Oh well. Okay, so it could play Game Boy Advance games and DS games. So it was backwards compatible. I had one of these for a really long time, and I loved it. D-pad. And our buttons, pretty standard. This also had a mic right there, which was pretty cool. I don't know if it's going to focus. But yeah. And, actually, next, check this out. This is the granddaddy, the one that started it all. The original Game Boy. not powerful, and it only plays Game Boy games, not even Game Boy Color games. This is the original, Nintendo handheld. Well, besides the Game & Watch. The Game & Watch was technically the original. But man, did this start it all. There's some great games on this thing too. But yeah, interesting. And I'm glad I own one. Sorry for the noise. Okay. Now, I have a miscellaneous Game Boy Advance game right here, WarioWare Inc. This is one of my favorite games. I love Wario, and I love all his games. I think they're great. And this is one of my favorites. Alright, so now that that's out of the way, let's take a look at a couple of the rewards I got from Club Nintendo. This is a playing card set, and, I'm not going to pull out all the cards, but I'll show you what they look like. So, yeah, really cool. I think these are waterproof, actually. Very shiny. If I can get back. There we go. Alright. Sorry about that. Now, this is just something cool I picked up at a store. It had mints in there. And, yeah. Nothing too special. It just looks like an NES controller. I also have another Game Boy Advance SP. And I have, face plates for the Game Boy Micro. These are the Club Nintendo reward, and they are Anafunda cards, which are cards used to play a game in Japan. And a couple of them have really cool art on them, but I don't really know how to play the game. I haven't read the directions. But yeah, very small. I thought they'd be a lot bigger. I don't know if this was really worth it, but still something cool to have. Now let's take a look at the plushies. Here's Koopa. Very soft. I think this one's pretty well made. Put that there. There's Toad. Nope. There we go, got it off. I don't know what that was. But yeah, I'm a very big Mario fan. I love Nintendo. I love their games, and I've been collecting things for a while now. And here's Luigi. Yeah. Not really much to say. Now in the back you've probably noticed this poster looking thing. Well, this is actually a set, and you can take it apart. And on the other side is buttons. So these are all buttons that you can wear. This is another Club Nintendo reward. And also it has different sides. I think it has a mushroom side, a Mario side, and a Goomba side. But I just keep it on the Mario side. And each of the different sections has even more buttons. And I thought that was a pretty cool reward. Now, this is the biggest part of my shelf, and it's been hiding back here behind the Koopa. Oh god, I gotta clean that. Problem with these shelves is dust builds up. And if you don't clean it very often, it builds up pretty easily. So, unfortunately, I gotta clean that dusty back corner. But yeah, here it is. This is the Bowser statue. It comes in a case. And this is an amazing figurine. There we go. It is made of rubber, really hard rubber. Very, very high level of detail. They put a lot of work into this statue, and it looks just like Bowser does in the Mario Party games and the Super Mario, the new Super Mario Bros. Games. It is so accurate, and it's just an awesome figurine. The spikes are actually kind of sharp. But yeah, it's really cool, and I actually don't remember where I got this, but I was so excited when I found it, because Bowser figures are hard to come by. And you can have him on this display, like that, and you can arrange him any way you want. It's not, like tied down or anything. But I normally keep this plastic container over him. And I came with this. I keep this over him so he doesn't get dusty. Because as you saw in that back corner, this stuff can get pretty dusty. But fortunately it's only that back corner, so that shouldn't be too hard to clean. But yeah. That is a very, very cool piece, and I love having it. Every time my little cousins come over, they always want to look at my shelf. They think it's so cool. And this is only one section. Now, I have a very modest collection. This is nothing compared to what a lot of people have. But I just wanted to share it with you. I think it would make a good, relaxing video. And there is one more thing I want to go over. And that is this. Oh, if I can. Oh, sorry for the noise. Something fell. One moment. Okay, here it is. The Virtual Boy. Now, a lot of you probably don't know what this is, or maybe know what it is and do not know anyone that owns one. I found this at a flea market many years ago. These are very rare. They were discontinued and was Nintendo's most failed console. I figured today would be a good day to talk about it since we're talking about handhelds. But yeah, this console actually caused eye damage to a lot of people. And, just generally a failure. Only 14 games were released for it in the US. that's going to be it for today's episode of PlaySMR. I hope you enjoyed the collection video, and there will be others. I have a lot more to show. Especially this. This one's going to take a long time. This is just Legos. Yeah, a lot more. See, I got a little Rob back there if you can see him. But yeah, so please stay tuned. Subscribe because I upload frequently. I love making these videos. And I will see you in the next episode of PlaySMR.